You know what's crazy? I feel like the LS6 is one of the most slept on and underrated LS engines of all time. Because think about it for a minute. When you think of LS, it's always the 4.8, the 5.3, the 6.0, LQ4, LQ9, the LS3, LS7, LS9, LS8. Every now and then, you may have a LS1 to pop up in the equation. Every blue moon. But you never really hear about LS6s. You really don't. Now, we know the LS2 was the replacement for the LS6. But it's one thing I want to point out. And shout out to my boy Jetlag TJ because he pointed this out in my comments. Now, the LS2 makes 400 horsepower. That's a 6.0. But the LS6 makes 405 horsepower. That's a 5.7. Now, we all know when it comes to the LS2, a lot of people tend to shy away from the LS2 for the LS3. I feel like the LS6 will shine in an old school setup or a resto mod build because I met a lot of OGs in my city that got old school cars. A lot of these guys have 5.7s under the hood. Some of them got 6.0s and 6.2s, but a lot of OGs that I've ran across with old schools, they really have 5.7s. Some of them have 350s, some of them have LS1s. The LS6 will be fire in a 96 Impala SS. I'm just gonna say that. A 96 Impala SS rebuild, heads, cam, intake, all the above, and then you decide to take it to the next level, throw some boost at it. You can't go wrong with that setup at all. Or OBS 1500 with an LS6 in it. I definitely would drive something like that. But between the LS1 and the LS6, the LS6 definitely is much better than the LS1 on every aspect. I would pick a LS6 over a LS1. Realistically speaking, you can just get a C5 Z06 and do all that because you can get a C5 Z06 for around 20,000, 22, 23,000. The C5 Z06 absolutely ran the 2000s. You got to think, the Ford guys, they had to go and boost the Terminator Cobra. Now, the C5 Z06 was running with and keeping up with the Terminator Cobra, and in some scenarios, C5 Z06s was beating Terminator Cobras as well.